Welcome to the Arizona Business Weekly. I'm your host, Joey Sampaga, and today we have a lovely and special guest. We have Gelie.
Hi.
How you doing, Gelie?
Good, how are you?
Gelie, pronounce your last name for me.
Akinblitz.
Gelie, if you don't already know who she is the founder and CEO of Networking Phoenix, networkingphoenix.com.
Correct, yep.
So what I wanted to do today was to ask you some personal things, okay, as in, let's first start off with the business.
Okay.
How did Networking Phoenix come about?
That's a great question, actually, and I love telling this story because it's so just true and pure. Mm-hmm. But what happened was I had this great corporate job. Okay. Great corporate job, you know. And but no, I was working for JP Morgan, and I was doing pretty well, following my career doing corporate communications, and I just didn't like it. It was dreadful to go into work every single day, and I was like, okay, what am I doing? I'm wasting my life.
Sure.
So I asked myself, I said, Gelie, what is it that you want to do? And I didn't know. So instead of looking for another job, I decided to go and network and kind of research and find out what other people do for a living and how they do it. And I stumbled upon one networking event after the other, and then all of a sudden, it was one of those, like, you get that epiphany. I kind of called it the awakening, It's like, light bulbs go off, your whole body tingles. It was amazing. And I was like, okay, I have to figure out how to make money with this. Or not necessarily make money with it, but turn it into a business.
Yes, monetize it,
Monetize it, but at this point, I'd never even envisioned myself as an entrepreneur or a business owner, and never took a single business class. Didn't know anything about anything. So I created this calendar, with the help of my husband, who's a software engineer. So we created this website with a calendar, put the events on there, and it just kind of stemmed from there. But initially, it wasn't. I had a completely different revenue model too, because I didn't really understand the difference between creating a job and creating a business. And so part of my journey has really been to learn business and understand how to create a scalable model that you can monetize and duplicate and market, and if you want to duplicate and take to another city. So that's kind of how it all began. That's in a nutshell.
Okay, and when did you find it, or when did it start?
It was so December 2007 is when I quit my job, and then January 1st of 2008 is when we launched Gelie.net. Wow. Which is not networkingphoenix.com, but it was a website that had the calendar on there. Okay. And so we launched that, and about 8 months later is when, I had this other epiphany of, okay, now I got to monetize the calendar, have to create a different revenue model. Sure. And that was when networkingphoenix.com was launched. It was a different brand. And that was really when we launched that company. So it was about 21 months ago. 21
months ago. And how many members?
We are now up to 10,300. Wow.
That's which amazing.
It's been phenomenal. And we started at, when we switched from Gelie.net to networkingphoenix.com, we had about 300. Yes. So majority of that was just done in those 20 months. We are one of the most popular websites in Arizona. Yes, I can see that. And I think we're actually in the top 1% of websites nationally. I'm not sure the stat. My husband gives me all the stats, but it's just exciting, because I'm like, wow, we're just like this little website in Arizona, and we're getting all this attention. And of course, our quarterly events. Yes, those are crazy. I've been to a few of those, and how many were there at the last one? We always attract 1,000 people or more. 1,000 people. For more information on that, make sure to go to networkingphoenix.com, and there is another signature event coming up. That's in September 1st. September 1st. Yes. Okay, so make sure to attend that. Now, going back to you. Yes. Okay. What do you like to do? What I like to do? Yes. Wow. Well, I wasn't ready for that question. I enjoy things like everyone else does. I like to just hang out with my husband. I like to hang out with my friends. I like my beach time, my pool time. I love happy hours. Sure. Happy hours are always fun. Yeah. Well, with you being so busy, and I understand, because I'm out there, and we always have to be on when we're in front of people. Yeah. And then when we're at home, I find it hard to turn myself off, but I do need to, because I get tired. So I need to restore myself. What do you do to restore yourself? And during those downtimes, what do you do? Well, you'll find me at the gym a lot. That's always good. Yeah, that is good. I find that running it makes your mind disappear, you know, like, because you can't really think about anything.
Sure.
And I like that. Like I said, hanging out with my friends that knew me from back in the day is actually very, very crucial, because our conversations have nothing to do with networking. They have nothing to do with work, and it's actually very refreshing, because majority of my conversations with people have to do with networking, have to do with what it is that, you know, I mean, I get asked the same questions over and over and over, and it's just like, I'm like, I feel like I should carry a recorder, you know? But, you know, and people, what else are going to people ask me, you know? So it's not like I'm complaining about it, but it's just having that same conversation over and over, and so that's why it's really important for me to hang out with people that can carry on other conversations
other than work, right?
Absolutely.
I completely understand how that works. So we were talking about the marathon. My wife and I are going to run the half marathon. You ran it back in what, 2008 was it?
I think it was 2000, because it's in January, so I think it was actually 2009. I trained 2008, and I think ran 2009.
Any plans on doing that again?
No, absolutely not. Not ever, ever. It's, you know, it is a grueling, brutal experience, and I'm not quite sure why I put myself through it. But I had a few reasons. For one, I thought it'd be great to lose some weight. You know, a better way than to run 10 miles a weekend. I mean, it was actually pretty amazing in the fact that I could eat anything, and I was still losing weight.
Oh, I love that.
I
love that.
Yeah. But you know what else is interesting, though? I ran the marathon when we launched. Well, I started training for it when we launched networkingphoenix.com. So essence, so in essence, it was like, you know, I was mentally pushing myself and I was physically pushing myself. And it was very exciting because, you know, I said to myself, it was one of those things where it's like, you know, Gelie, there are no limits. The limits are what you make of them.
That's right.
And it's almost like I proved it to myself that, look, you are launching a company, your numbers are growing, you know, you just had this successful event, because it was our very first event that we ever had. And it was right after that is that I ran the marathon. So, it all kind of happened very quickly for me, and it was phenomenal. It was just like, wow.
I'm sure. How many people attended your first event?
Well, the first event, we held it at the Intercontinental Monte Lucia's, and it was a new venue at the time. So we reserved the space for 150 people, and I didn't even have a flyer to promote it. I just had a few, some emails that went out.
Sure.
Over 600 people showed up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was a logistical nightmare, because we ran out of parking, we ran out of food, the line was out the door. They actually had to get the police to come to Paradise Valley and, to help with the traffic. But it was phenomenal in the sense that it really put us on the map. Because everybody said, who is this girl? What is this company? What's going on here? And it shocked me as much as it shocked, I think, the rest of, the networking community. But it was great. It was just one of those beautiful moments in my life.
Well, Gelie is a great example. You're a great example, and thank you so much for that. And one last thing I wanted to mention was I in your Facebook, one of your posts, you mentioned something about the Phoenix Journal posting you as like the number 2 something, right? So tell the viewers about that.
Okay, well, this is very, very exciting. Well, thank you for bringing that up. But we just got, how they have their list, the top 25. So for the networking associations, we just got listed as number 2 in Phoenix, and we got number 2 from not being listed before. So we went from nothing to number 2, and it's very exciting because it's just. Seeing your name in print and your company in print and, all your hard work being recognized, it's pretty exciting. Well,
Gelie, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
For more information, go to networkingphoenix.com. Check her out. Check out the, there's a whole bunch of videos. Her blogs are there, everything. So check it out. Her contact information will be in the links and docs section, or it'll just flash up here. And until next time, you guys have a great day. You take care and God bless. Bye.